I'm Mark Fusion. Welcome to BOYTWATCH. So another one of my favorite things about Boyt is that you'll find these creators who have like a laser focus for 90% of their content. And then they'll have these kind of unusual videos where they'll talk about things completely unrelated to whatever topic they're best known for. Now, sometimes these are just kind of like, life updates or personal vlogs, but sometimes they're really interesting and they're so different than from the normal content that it adds extra entertainment value, and few people do that better than Uncle Tim Rants and Reviews. Now, Uncle Tim Rants and Reviews is almost exclusively like a action figure toy channel. He does toy reviews. He talks about the state of collecting, comparing it to, how collecting in the past was versus now. So he's very focused in on toy reviews primarily and just talking about action figures and toys. And I can relate. I'm still waiting on Mattel to give me my JD Costello action figure, but I'm not going to put any pressure on him. Anyway, Uncle Tim has a way of creating some like existential slash conspiracy theory slash just dark take videos, and I think they're in such great contrast to his typical content of reviewing action figures that I wanted to take a look and watch one of his videos here on Boyd. This video is about his take on the upcoming world reset. A world reset is coming, says Uncle Tim. Let's listen.
Hello, YouTube fam. How y'all doing? It's your Uncle Tim. This is Uncle Tim Rants and Reviews, a channel that I ran and I review. I'm your host, Uncle Tim, for entertainment purposes only. Another reset is coming. Fam, you know what? Each time that you look around, you ask questions. You ask like, man, if there was dinosaurs, why are they not alive? If there were giants, why this is not there? Why, if it was this type of thing or that type of thing, there have been
We're not even 30 seconds into this video. Dinosaur conspiracy theory, giant conspiracy theory, great reset conspiracy theory. We're off to a hot start. Uncle Tim is cooking.
resets done throughout the period of history on this planet. There's been resets done. If you look at our timeline, it don't make sense. It's like we came out of caves and all of a sudden we were Neanderthals, and all of a sudden, boom, here go technology, man. Look, from slavery on up to like the 1900s, and you look at New York City, and you look at what it looked like. Did they have power tools back then? How did they build all that? Dude, I believe some of this stuff that we see now is from past civilizations. I don't believe that we built this stuff. I don't believe that we had the technology to do any of this. I believe this is leftover tech. These are leftover buildings. Fam, if you look at all the carvings and the detail in all of this, it's exquisite.
So it's interesting, right? Like we've all heard how do they build the pyramids, right? He wants to know, how do we build New York City? I feel like I'm not going to get into it. I'm not here to debate Uncle Tim. I'm just here to listen to him. But it's an interesting take that like New York is just remnants of an old society. That's an interesting take.
Dude, we can't create anything like that. And someone said, well, it'd be too costly. Would it? Or it just can't be done. I believe it really can't be done. I believe, what was done back then was done by totally different people, total different civilizations, man. It's just leftover stuff. If you notice, everything that was before this was petrified. They tell you that someone looked back and they turned into a pillar of salt. Honestly believe a nuclear blast went off. Dude, the
I'll be honest, I do think it's more likely that there was a nuclear blast than someone got turned into salt. So I'm kind of with Uncle Tim on this one.
technology was amazing back then. There were people that were advanced way before we came into the picture, man. The people from back in the day, we think they were just like nothing. These people were advanced. I don't know if these people were even from this dimension or from this planet. These people came here and they basically took it over. They knew exactly what they're doing. Like I said, if you look at everything, there were more. There was a lot of oxygen on the planet. There was so much. You had giant trees that.
I mean, this is fantastic. I don't know what more you could want. Like, imagine You haven't seen anything from this guy except reviewing action figures, and he drops this on you. This is Boyd. This is classic Boyd. It's fantastic. There, what I like about this is that like it's not just one thing. Like this is a super involved. Like this is a tapestry of theories, and I'm loving it.
That we call now mountains and things like that, petrified trees. That's what they are now. Those were giant trees, world trees, bro. Trees that were touching down.
World Tree, isn't that from? Isn't that from like a bunch of different? I think the World Tree is a pretty universal concept in like storytelling, a lot of fantasy storytelling.
Near the sky itself. You know, what happened to all that stuff? They tell you that Avatar itself was based off of us, people here. We were in tune with nature. What?
Wait, I'm not understanding this. So he thinks Avatar is based on a true story. Like literally everything is based on what we do. It's the only thing we know. But I think Avatar was actually based on Fern Gully, the last rainforest.
Happened? They took us from nature. They made everything inorganic. They talking about how the planet is dying. We're killing the planet. They're talking to you about fossil fuels. Fossil fuels ain't nothing but dinosaurs and giant humans, bro. Like when you cut into these mountains and things like that, man, you're not cutting into rock. You're cutting into a tree. This is why you see amber and all this other damn stuff. It's a tree.
It's a tree.
But no, let me stop. Man, I'm going too deep. I don't want you to think I'm crazy. I just want you to understand that when you start looking at stuff, man, shit makes sense. Do you believe there's still dinosaurs on this planet? There are still dinosaurs.
That's true. There are still dinosaurs on this planet. Crocodiles or alligators, birds, snakes, that kind of Komodo dragons, kind of like the well, and some of the animals are like either have a direct lineage or you can track them like extremely far back. I don't think Uncle Tim is crazy for having these theories. I think they're interesting. I certainly like to listen to them. This video is only 4.5 minutes. I'd love to go through his archive and see if he's got like a longer form video about it. Or if you see this, Uncle Tim, consider making like doing a live or something where you go in depth on all your theories. I need to get like a baseline of where you're at in your belief system so I can kind of know how to process all this into your lore.
But you forget that a lot of this planet is still undiscovered. A
Hmm?
lot of this planet we haven't, stepped foot on.
He's right, though a lot of people I don't know if he's speaking at face value or not, but I mean if you factor in the ocean, like a pretty good portion of our planet is like unexplored or whatever.
There's still other places that I believe human eyes haven't seen, or these type of human eyes. You have
Atlantis.
people that are native to those lands, but they may not look like us. This world is a fantastical place, man. So I
Hmm.
don't know. But to later, fam, peace out.
So let's focus in here, whether you believe Uncle Tim, you share his beliefs or not. Let's focus in on what he said at the end to kind of have a positive, exit on this, which is that the world is a fantastical place. There are so many mysteries and wonders there. And to me, one of those greatest wonders is Uncle Tim Rants and Reviews. Thank you, Uncle Tim, for sharing your toy reviews, and thank you especially for sharing your theories. I don't think you're crazy. I think everybody's entitled to their opinion on how things go. I think your takes are very interesting. I'd love to hear more of them. I'd love to subscribe to a newsletter. There's Uncle Tim Rants and Reviews page. I had a good time going through some of his old videos. I think he's a really entertaining guy. So thank you for making those videos, Uncle Tim. Thank you to the viewers of BOYTWATCH for checking this out. Check out Uncle Tim if you're interested in action figure news or reviews or existential deep deep dive. Well, I don't want to say deep dives, but I feel like in 5 minutes we went pretty deep. Anyway, I'm rambling now because my brain is in a state of wonderment after hearing Uncle Tim's theories. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this. I do greatly appreciate it, and hopefully I'll see you out in the Boyd.